Hello, my little ninjas. My name's Mike. This is my YouTube page, Mox News. And welcome to your Wake and Bake News at 7 p.m. I'm your host, Moxie. Thanks so much for tuning in. Please remember, it's always better when you're here. Not talking to you, Whisper. And there is our wonderful co-host for this evening, my beautiful Boo Bear. Hi, Boo Bear. You're my beautiful baby. You're my beautiful baby. I love my beautiful baby. I do. Alright, and I have a few videos ready for you tonight. I don't have a whole lot. I kind of want to focus on the election returns. It looks like, let's see, did they call the Virginia race? They're doing their same bullshit that they did on the Trump thing, where it's like Trump is ahead everywhere, but they won't call the races, and then miraculously Joe Biden goes ahead. They're doing the same thing in Virginia. Like, oh my God, it's too close to call. The fucking Republican is ahead by 15 points. It ain't too close to call, CNN assholes. Where were we? Right, we need to have a bong hit anytime soon. Because that's one of the things we do here. We share fat puffs with our wonderful audience. And we play topical videos. And then we take phone calls in order to have a discussion about the topical videos. Or whatever else you'd like to have a discussion about. I'm very interested in discussing things. For a moment, anyways. So we should be getting a lot of election results here in the next few minutes. I will keep on top of that. If we have anything to like announce, I'll let you know. But the way it looks to me is that if you want to lose the race, you should have Barack Obama come and campaign for you. Because Barack Obama sure knows how to stir people's memories of back when he was president, don't they? He sure does. He just holds zero credibility anymore. You know, it's so unfortunate. Someone like him could have been the most amazing president we ever had. He genuinely could have made history. It was actually worth talking about. He chose not to because he's a horrible piece of shit who deserves to be in jail like all the other horrible pieces of shit. Why? In order to make the world a safer place for little children. Come on, say it with me. Barack Obama belongs in jail in order to make the world a safer place for little children. Along with George Bush, Dick Cheney, Liz Cheney, Joe Biden, Donald Trump, Mike Pence, Joe Biden, and twice. Joe Biden belongs in prison twice. And Kamala Harris. Fuck them all. Straight to prison for the rest of their lives. Did I say Liz Cheney? Send Liz Cheney to fucking prison twice. Okay? Send her kids to fucking prison. I want that bitch to pay. She's as horrible a human being as has ever existed on this planet. Liz Cheney, I'm talking to you. Horrible human being, as bad a human being as has ever existed on this planet, Liz Cheney, in case anybody's wondering. Right up there with her father. I'm going to have a bong hit. In just a minute, people. Just a minute. I'm almost ready. What are you, a bunch of Liz Cheney fans or something? So I want to, I'm going to have a bong hit. I really need to have a bong hit. I haven't had a bong hit all day long. I've been waiting to share a bong hit with you. And I think that's really what we should do now because I'm in need at the moment. So let's have a bong hit and see where we go from here. Let's see, this one has weed on it. No weed! Oh my God! No weed! What are we gonna do? There's no weed! There's no... Oh, wait a minute. We have weed. What was it? Oh, yeah, weed. We have weed. We have lots and lots of weed. Not really lots and lots. but I'm working on it. One of these days, I'm going to have lots and lots of weed. And I'm going to turn it all into big piles of hash. And then I can actually carry it all with me all the time, all day, every day. Carry big piles of hash all day with me. That sounds so good. One of these days soon. So weird.
Press 1 to take this call.
Hello, caller.
Hey, Mike, how are you doing tonight?
Fine.
Good. Hey, this Virginia governor's race,
Uh-huh.
right? Yeah. Fuck, man. I mean, look, if Democrats lose, and frankly, I really don't care, to be honest with you. I don't know anything about the opponent.
It's the same.
Yeah, but if they lose, it's certainly a referendum against this fucking Democratic National Committee bullshit corporate Democrat politics, I believe.
Among
Because
other things.
When I look at this guy's, Terry McAuliffe's Wikipedia article, it says he's a member of the Democratic Party. He was co-chairman of Bill Clinton's 96 re-election campaign, chairman of the Democratic National Committee from 2001 to 2005, chairman of Hillary Clinton's 2008 presidential campaign.
Yeah.
Right? And when I scroll down here and it says his relationship with the Clintons, it says this. McAuliffe had a prolific fundraising career within the Democratic Party and a personal and political relationship with Bill and Hillary Clinton. McAuliffe and his staff raised $275 million, then an unprecedented amount for Clinton's causes while president. After Bill Clinton's tenure, he guaranteed the Clintons $1.35 million mortgage for their home in Chappaqua, New York. The deal raised ethical questions. In '99, he served as chairman of America's Millennium Celebration under Clinton. In 2000, he chaired a fundraiser with the Clintons to benefit Al Gore, setting a fundraiser record of $26 million. So anyway, it goes on and on throughout his career. 2000 Democratic National Convention, out of the Democratic National Committee, all these corporations and private businesses he worked for. So taking all of that into consideration, who this motherfucker is, all said and done, right? It's like, it really says something about the Democrat Party in Virginia that if they really gave a fuck about the people of their state, that they would run this motherfucker as their candidate in the gubernatorial race. You'd think they'd run a person who would go for like Medicare for all, free public education, like free community college for everybody, getting rid of student debt, for example.
And by the way, the Clintons again and again talked about how marriage is between a man and a woman. And so did Barack Obama, in case anybody's wondering. And I'm quite sure Joe Biden said the same fucking thing. And if you ask Donald Trump, I'm pretty sure he said the same fucking thing. These people are garbage. Go ahead.
And $15 minimum wage, which was a fucking issue 15 goddamn years ago. It should really be like $30 minimum wage, but $15 minimum wage, that argument, right? And on and on and on. They haven't done shit for the people, this political party.
Yeah.
And this person, Terry McAuliffe, kind of embodies all of the bullshit slime that these motherfuckers are.
Yeah.
This character running the campaign for Hillary Clinton in 2008. Like, he's got his fucking wick, like, fucking lit a long goddamn time ago. Fuck him. And if the people of Virginia say, you know what, I'm an independent, and I really don't give a fuck, but I'll tell you one thing, that motherfucker is not going to be my senator, and they vote for a Republican, I'm not going to judge them, Mike. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I agree with his opponent, and I've seen some adverts from his opponent, some advertising from his opponent. And he is pandering, to the African American vote.
Yeah.
And And he is pandering in a way to try and appeal to like a multiracial, and he's doing it in a disingenuous way. And it's very obvious.
Yeah.
But all said and done, I'm not voting. I wouldn't suggest people vote for his opponent. But all said and done, I would never, ever in a million goddamn years, like many fucking lifetimes in the big karmic fucking circle, ever vote for this motherfucker to represent me in the federal legislature. And I'm sure many people in Virginia recognize that. This guy is being shoved in their face and is saying, this is our corporate fucking representative. He's going to represent us as all the corporations and all the bullshit spy agencies around there. He's going to represent our face.
Yeah.
And you know, fuck him. I hope he loses.
Yeah, it's not just that he's going to be corporate and all this. It's that he's going to align himself with all these Joe Biden forced mandates, forced mask, forced everything. Because, forced fucking school. You don't get to decide what your kids get in school. You have no say in the matter. This guy is a fucking dictator, just like Barack Obama, just like fucking all these other cunts.
Joe Biden.
Yeah, just like Joe Biden. So
just like Joe Biden. And so, you know, and I never ever said, never heard the words come out of my mouth, vote for Donald goddamn Trump. Never said that, ever once. Nor have I ever said vote for whatever, the Culp, whoever the Republican candidate is for governor in Washington State. I haven't ever endorsed a Republican. But clearly, some of these characters are beyond the fucking pale. And when they are, voters have to just say, fuck it, I'm not going to vote for you. There's nothing you can do to make me vote for you. You are so motherfucking corrupt.
yeah. Well, that's what I was thinking about it, and these people have zero integrity. It's like no matter what they say, you can't trust a single word. And I don't know who in the hell wants to hang out with someone like that. I really don't get who the fuck wants to spend the slightest amount of time next to somebody who's completely full of shit. I don't understand that.
Yeah. There were a couple stories from Stop the Drug War I wanted to share with you, Mike. They're kind of unrelated, but they're kind of brief, and you might find them interesting. One was from today, November 2nd, from Stop the Drug War, and they said that this is a story about...
You're digitizing.
Hold on, Mike. Let me move so I don't digitize, all right?
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Better. So what the story is it's about a judge, a state judge in California who kind of made a decision in favor of pharmaceutical companies that manufacture opioid drugs. And as far as this scorecard's been going, the drug manufacturers have been losing in many state battles, across the country. But this judge was an exception. And I thought that what he said was kind of important because it kind of illustrates how these judges are, just like politicians, are bought and sold by the fucking pharmaceutical industry. Okay, and this is the story. It says this: California judge rules for drug makers in a lawsuit over the opioid crisis. A California state judge was handed a rare victory to opioid manufacturers by rejecting the legal argument successfully used against the industry in thousands of cases, charging that it substantially contributed to an opioid epidemic that has taken more than 500,000 lives since the late 1990s, when the appearance of OxyContin began marketing across the country, beginning the current wave of opioid epidemic. And the judge said this, quote, "There is simply no evidence to suggest the rise in prescriptions was not the result of the medically appropriate provision of pain medications to patients in need," wrote Judge Peter Wilson of Orange County State Superior Court. The counties of Santa Clara and Orange and the city of Oakland had sued 4 opioid manufacturers, Johnson & Johnson, and they are one of these COVID vaccine manufacturers, by the way, Teva, Allegren, and Endo Pharmaceuticals, charging that their manufacturing and distribution of these drugs, opioids, constituted a public nuisance. But Judge Wilson held that even if the companies were found to have created false or misleading marketing, quote, any adverse downstream consequences following from medically appropriate prescriptions cannot constitute an actionable public nuisance, end quote. Now, I'm just sharing this with you, Mike, not to like overload you with a bunch of negativity. That's not the reason why. But it's just to illustrate that, like, how some of these judges, just like politicians, are practically in the fucking pockets of these pharmaceutical companies, right? Corporate law, like how we interpret corporate law. And when they're saying that, like, even though these drug companies are going to doctors' offices and pushing these drugs on doctors, you know, that the pharmaceutical companies aren't responsible when the doctors prescribe way more fucking drugs than they normally would, right? And make a bunch of people sick from all the side effects of these drugs. And instead that judge is going to side with the corporation saying, well, the doctor could have made a different decision, couldn't he have? See what I mean?
The doctors can't be the weakest link. So I have to agree that the doctors could have made the decision. The problem is that this is all about money. You know, helping sick people should not be about money. This is the reason cannabis has been kept illegal for so long, is because it helps people in a million different ways. And the doctors don't want you to be able to help yourself. Okay? They want you to have to go to them and let them define your problem and then sell you drugs. Okay? Basically, they're drug sellers, and it's despicable. So I just think that, you know, there should be some kind of fucking integrity in the world. If you're there to heal people, why are you getting them strung out on fucking heroin? You know, it doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't at all. There were two other stories from Stop the Drug War. These were from yesterday, but I mentioned them, and I know that people don't like the NPR drone-like reading tone, but I mention these stories, Mike, because they are not reported on Fox News or CNN or MSNBC. They're not reported on television. And that's one of the reasons I share these stories with you, is because I know that...
Okay, I gotta have a bong hit. Hurry up.
All right, here goes. In Italy, activists turned in hundreds of thousands of signatures for marijuana and psilocybin on a referendum. Last Thursday, they handed in 630,000 signatures for a referendum to legalize the cultivation of marijuana and other psychoactive plants and fungi. Now, the Supreme Court of Cassation has 30 days to determine the signatures are valid, and if they're found valid, the court will determine whether the measure conflicts with the national constitution or international treaties. Activists believe they intentionally limited the referendum's language to meet the standard. All right, that was from Italy.
There are international treaties which don't allow for the production of cannabis, though.
Right, so the court has can easily reject the referendum.
Yeah.
But the important thing is that 630,000 people in Italy signed that piece of paper.
Yeah, I agree.
Which that's the important part of the story. The second story, Colombia, South America, coca growers seize and then release 180 government soldiers in Colombia. Hundreds of coca growers armed with sticks and machetes seized 180 Colombian soldiers who were part of an operation to destroy coca crops early last week, and released them days later after deciding unilaterally to let them go after negotiations with the government. Quote, "The situation ends here with a voluntary agreement from the growers," said a mediator from the Ombudsman's office. The eradication of coca operation was taking place near the Venezuela border and threatened to disrupt the farmers' livelihoods. I thought that was interesting. 180 soldiers seized by coca growers when they come to take their crops. You know, and that's
with sticks and machetes. With sticks and machetes. That's a very important detail.
And if you remember, the Whiskey Rebellion happened before the Bill of Rights occurred. You know, after they formed the first Constitution, or they got together, there was a rebellion in like Connecticut and Western Massachusetts where people were making alcohol and they didn't feel they should be taxed for the federal government. There was an uprising about excessive taxation, and it resulted in the Bill of Rights. But it was basically people who were farmers making whiskey who like said, "Fuck this! The government has gone beyond what is reasonable or rational," and they actually staged a rebellion against the government. It's like one of the first rebellions against the American government. But in Colombia, it's very similar, right? This is these people's livelihood.
Yeah, no,
Coca
no,
plant.
look, I gotta go, Chris, but thanks very much. It's really nice to hear from you, and thanks for the information. It's important.
Yeah, Mike, enjoy your bong then. Okay, have a good night.
Okay. And I want to say, as far as rebellion goes, we need rebellion in this country. There needs to be more rebellion. I don't know why there's not more rebellion. The rebellion Chris was just talking about was fucking 80 years ago. Okay? What happened to the fucking spirit of the American individuals? Okay? We need rebellion. This shit where they're stealing the coca growers' crops, right? The only reason people are growing coca is because people around the world want fucking coke. Okay? It's that simple. Legalize the shit. Kill the motherfucking black market. Have proper quality control issues in place. And let the people have what they want. Who the fuck are you to say no? Okay? And okay, so we're supposed to give the people all the opiates they want? They're going to get the opiates they want either. In fact, they're going to steal to get the opiates they want instead of paying $2 a fucking pill. Now, if you have legal cannabis and legal psilocybin, the odds that anyone, well, not anyone, but a very small percentage of the population is going to be interested in these drugs that get them seriously addicted and ruin their lives. Very teeny tiny percent. In fact, Portugal has legalized all drugs, and the use of heroin has fallen off to pretty much nothing. Okay? This is so basic, you know. The reason that there's this giant heroin epidemic is because of the pharmaceutical companies, right? That's a huge part of it, and it is because of the black market. Okay, if people were going into a nicely lit, brightly lit store to get their smack, you know, it'd be very different. You know, there wouldn't be this like street people coming in with $5 worth of change to get $5 worth of smack. Wouldn't be that, you know, and there wouldn't be those people would go away. I mean, not completely. The world is a fucked up place, and there's always going to be people looking for something to get a little relief. And the thing is, though, if they were going to the brightly lit, you know, store to get their smack, there would be flyers. You know, do you need help? Let us help you. You know, as opposed to how much further down this hole are you going to go? Okay? It's one thing to do a little coke on the weekend. It's another thing to have to get your fix 3 times a day. And I've always said that once you have to draw blood, I've always said, once you have to draw blood, in my mind, it's no longer recreational. It's a job. And I've seen I've known numerous people who acted like it was their job to get a shot. That's my job. Okay. Good luck with that. That's a good plan. I would go there if I was you, General. All right, I'm going to go heat up my tea, and then I'm going to come back and have a bong hit. And it says they haven't called the race in Virginia yet, but they're saying the Republican has a clear edge over Terry McAuliffe. What's his name? Youngkin? Ugh. And they're both garbage. The thing is, I think that they're sending a message, and this is the deal, okay? This is the problem with Republicans and Democrats, both. This is the problem with the two-party system, is that if you want to send a message to the people in power, Joe Biden, Barack Obama. If you want to send a message to these people, you vote for the other guy. The problem is, the other guy is just as shitty. Okay? So you got Shitty McGee and Shitty McFuckwad. Okay? So it's this fucking bullshit game, right? Where they're exactly the same, and they go, and the people go, I'm not gonna stand for this anymore. I'm voting for the other guy, who's exactly the fucking same. Okay? I don't know if you've ever watched Futurama. It's a great show. I highly recommend it. I'm a cartoon guy. It's right at the top of cartoons. It's excellent. The original series, the new ones, but the original series, they had a presidential election, and it was this clone of this one guy and another clone of this one guy. So it's the same exact person, and they're just they're competing against each other. They're clones of each other. And this is what I'm saying, is that there's no difference. They're exactly the same. So when you go to send a message, and this is my thought about don't feed the animals, right? When I was coming up with this idea today, me and Rufus were out walking, and I saw a sign on a fence that said, please don't feed the animals. And I looked around, I didn't see any animals, and I thought, that's a really good name for a fucking a TV show. I don't know what you call it, a stream. That's a really good name for a live stream. So, I come home and I'm thinking about it, and I'm wondering about feeding the animals. I think animals is too good. I don't think that we should. I think animals deserve more respect. I think these people are criminals. They're not animals, they're criminals. And we should look at every single one of them that way. I don't give a fuck if they have an R or a D or an I after their name. They're all the same being fucking criminals. Say it with me. All the politicians are fucking criminals. One more time. All the politicians are fucking criminals. Okay? And it doesn't make a difference, the slightest bit of difference which side. Okay? Although I have to say this Joe Biden administration just looks way in over their head, completely unprepared, and just fucking gasping for air, like they're about to go down for the last count, right? People, they go down, and they come back up and get a grasp of air, and then they go down, and they get another grasp of air, and then they go down and they don't come back up. And that's where it looks like this presidency is headed really fucking quickly to me. Which I don't know how it got in place in the first, at all to start with. Is these people, Kamala, fuckwad. We'll just refer to Kamala Harris. We'll just call her Fuckwad Harris. Fuckwad Harris couldn't get 1% support from the African American community during her primary race. Fuckwad Harris could not get 1%. She couldn't get, means she got less than 1%. Like 0.999 at best. Probably more like 0.47 would be my guess. So, Fuckwad Harris is again, this is all bullshit. It's all fucking bullshit. I'm so tired of the bullshit. We have to find other stuff to talk about. It's just fucking gross. This politics bullshit is just as gross and disgusting. American politics bullshit is just as gross and disgusting as falling into a honey bucket, pool of filth. That's what it feels like when it's like you fall into somebody's fucking cesspool, just filled with piss and shit and gross, icky stuff. That's what it feels like being in politics, being involved in politics in the United States. There's no doubt in my mind. I am not the only person who experiences this. Every time you get the slightest bit involved in politics, it just feels like you've been bathing in a fucking septic tank, doesn't it? You know, I look at these people and their fucking stupid fucking smiles, right? And I just imagine standing next to them, you're just like, oh my God, what did this guy bathe in dog shit or something? Like he just rubs the dog shit all over him. Right? When he goes to wash his clothes, he throws a hunk of dog shit in with the detergent. Right? That's what these people all look like to me. That's who there's just no doubt. I want to see it differently. I want good politicians. I want good government. I want to believe. I want to feel good about the pillars of our community, the medical industrial complex, the police state, the religion, the government. I'd like to feel good about all of these things. I really would. I would love to feel good about religion. I would love to feel like the people that were going there were actually, not being fleeced or whatever. I mean, I don't want to make fun of your religion. I feel like they're just all garbage, just like the politicians, just like the medical industrial complex, just like the police state. There's no hope for a decent human being in this country anymore. Unless you're willing to step on everyone to get where you want to be, which is not a decent person, so you know, then, you don't matter. Unless you're willing to fucking claw other people, just like, oh, I'm gonna claw your face off. I'm gonna claw your face off so that I can get what you have, so that I can get my piece of the American dream. Those are the only people that are of value in this country anymore. At least to the government. Some decent human beings have no place in this country anymore. It's like even to associate your country of origin, where you were born, your birthplace. Say, I was born in the United States. It's like saying, I was born out of the butthole of the earth. Because that's what it is. The United States is garbage, and if you're a decent human being, the slightest little decent human being, you can see that. And you can understand that you have no place in this country. And you can understand that you still have freedom. And there's lots of other people who feel that way. And if we can just come together, in my opinion, there's probably way more people who feel like there's no place for them in this country, that feel like this government couldn't give a fuck about them in the slightest bit. My guess is there's way more people that feel that way than actually feel like, oh no, I found my place in the country. I love our government. Our government's great. And I love Catholicism. And I love the medical industrial complex. And I love the police state. This is what our country's become. And this is not what the land of the free is supposed to be about. This is not what you want to leave to your children. Or you. You deserve better. We all deserve better. Even people who have nothing, people on the street, deserve better. If you're not living in a $1 million home, you deserve better. And I'm not saying that you can't be satisfied living in a $50,000 home. I'm not saying that you can't be incredibly happy. I honestly think it's easier to be happy with less. The more you have, it appears to me, what I've seen personally up close is that it doesn't make you happy. It doesn't. You would think that it would be so easy to find things that would make you happy if you didn't have to worry about money, you know? But I'll tell you right now, hookers and cocaine is only going to go so far. And it's only going to make you feel so good for so long. So I think I just think that the good people deserve better. And that's why I've always done what it is that I do here on YouTube. Because the good people deserve something, someone fighting for them, you know? It just can't be about money. You can't say, I'm fighting for the people. I'm fighting for the people, and then be about getting money, 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 money. You can't do that. They're opposite. They're completely opposite. This is the problem with the medical industrial complex, right? The problem with the medical industrial complex is that they have alternative motives. See, they're there to get you healthy and well, so you can go forward into your world feeling good, right? That's why the medical industrial complex is there. The problem is the only way they make money is off of sick people, which is how we wound up with the opioid crisis. Is because it's about making money, okay? And this is the alternative motives that I'm talking about. Is that you know, doctors want to drive Porsches. Doctors want to make it real clear that they went to school for 14 years and they deserve to be a millionaire. You know, that's just not. This should not be what going into medicine should be about. You know, going into medicine should be about helping people who need help. And I shouldn't be the one explaining that, because I'm a very simple guy, and I don't have any interest in money really, because like I said, I don't see it making people happy. So I don't know why I would chase that. I'm ready for a bong hit. Who's ready for a bong hit? This guy. I'm going to play a video, and see, I'm going to play a video. Kennedy did a clip about the universe being created in a laboratory, and I thought it was kind of interesting. I thought you guys might like it, so I'm going to play that for you. I'm going to go heat up my tea. I'm going to come back and heat up the bong, and we're going to have a fat puff together, hopefully, and I hope you enjoy this clip. I'll be right back.
It's the ultimate philosophical question. Where did we come from? The hand of God? A simulation? Or maybe we were created in a lab by super intelligent extraterrestrials. I shan't call them aliens because Demi Lovato said that's rude. A new theory suggests our all-knowing creators could be an advanced civilization capable of creating a baby universe, a little tiny one in a laboratory. So how could this work? And does this mean we're not the smartest meat blobs on the cosmic block? Here now with me, Harvard University professor of science and the Galileo Project chairman, Avi Loeb. Welcome back, Dr. Loeb. So good to have you. Very exciting things.
Thanks for having me.
So,
Yeah.
How do you know that we were created in a lab?
Well, we don't know for sure, but one thing we know is that there was a big bang. That's when things started. And the question is, what was there before? And physicists don't really know, because we don't have a theory that unifies two pillars of modern physics, quantum mechanics and gravity.
Yes.
And it's possible that if we were smart enough, sufficiently advanced scientifically, we would figure out the unification of quantum mechanics and gravity and could create a baby universe in our laboratory. And it's possible that another civilization was able to do that. And that's how the Big Bang was created. And, you know, I tell students in my class when on the first day, half of you are below the median. And they get upset because they come to Harvard thinking that they are all at the top 5%. And here I tell them that half of them are below the median. But that's a statistical fact. So it's possible that our civilization is not the smartest kid on the block.
Yeah, but we could be a baby in a jar, and some giant alien with hot dog fingers is just shaking our little universe jar. So how do we get out of it?
Yes. Well,
Can we create universes and our own jars with our own hot dog fingers?
If we figure out how to unify quantum mechanics and gravity, we could potentially do it in the laboratory. And if you think about it, it's just like, chicken give rise to eggs and chicks.
No, we all know that that's not true. We all know that eggs came first through parthenogenetic reproduction, and they preceded chickens by hundreds of millions of years. We all know that.
Well, so you could have many generations, basically an infinite series of universes. And in each of them, you have a civilization that is advanced enough to create a baby universe. So you will have just that would explain what was there before. There was another universe in which there was a laboratory that produced our universe and so forth.
So Einstein tried to overcome the problem with Newtonian gravity by saying it's like a bowling ball on a mattress, which is somewhat sufficient. And Michio Kaku says that string theory will provide the ultimate unifying equation between the very large and the very small. Do you think string theory will get us out of the alien jar?
Well, we don't know yet because string theory does not make predictions that we can test. We don't know if it's correct.
It's not verifiable at all. We don't have that many dimensions. We just don't. We have 4.
Well, in principle, if we have a recipe book for how to unify quantum mechanics and gravity, we could design an experiment and make a baby universe in our laboratory. And that would be amazing because...
sounds like spring break.
It means that science is not in conflict with religion. In principle,
I agree completely.
The two may be unified in this way.
I'm glad you said that. And we have to talk more about this. Maybe we can have another podcast because you were so great on the last one. Dr. Avi Loeb, thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Beautiful. The topical storm is next. I'll put you in a jar. Okay, bye.
In the jar. That's where I'm going to put you. Let's see. I don't have any races that... we're all waiting on the Virginia race, right? The Virginia race is coming. Ooh. Thank you, playground. Let's see. So I have this video, by the way, is of Coast Guard with a giant fucking gun. You see how that's like a 50 caliber machine gun right there, and or bigger. I'm not sure. I think that's 50 caliber, which will fucking cut a boat in half or a car or whatever. Go right through an engine block. Let's put it that way. And what they're doing here, right, they're at water level, basically, and there's a shark swimming around all these people, right? Which, I don't know if the boat that had all these people out swimming called the Coast Guard and said, hey, there's a big old shark over here. Sharks are not going to fuck with you. Sharks don't fuck with people, okay? It's like a 1 in a billion thing that a shark fucks with someone. So... they got this guy with a 50 caliber machine gun shooting at water level into the water with people all around him and a sightseeing boat. Again, a 50 caliber machine gun is going to go right through that boat. It'll cut that fucking boat in half. And they're acting like, oh my God. And the Coast Guard knows the facts about sharks, right? So, and they also know that their fucking machine gun is only going to irritate the shark more. It's not like going to hurt the shark in any way. So there's a lot of stupid shit going on in this video, and I don't know who in the hell these people are acting like this, but shooting that kind of weapon, at water level, bullets bounce off the water, just like if you're skipping a stone. Bullets go boo, boo, boo. They'll do that, especially for shooting horizontal. Now, if you're shooting from up at the top of a big boat down into the water, it's a little different. But when you're shooting horizontal, boom, 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 just like if you're throwing a stone, trying to get just perfect on its side. I don't know. These people, this whole thing is all extremely unprofessional, if you ask me. That's just me. There's my booger. And I didn't get the bong heated up. I have a nice fat dab ready to go. What about Minneapolis? You know what? People are incredibly afraid of this whole defunding the police has been made into this fucking, oh my God. And then there's like, oh, the crime rate. Oh, the gunshots. Oh, everything is up, up, up. So I guess the motherfucking police aren't doing their motherfucking job. So maybe we better find some other motherfuckers who can do a better job. Defund the fuck out of the police, and let's find some people who can actually keep our communities safe. Right? How difficult is that to understand? Fuck the police. Let's all say it together. Fuck the police. Okay? Rawr! See, I need a bong hit. This is what happens. And I need a brownie too. Usually I've had a second brownie by this time. Not today though. I'm going to smoke some weed now. If anyone would like to join me, I would love that. So please feel free to do so. It's going to take just a second for me to heat up the bong. But you can go ahead and smoke all you want. Just save a puff for me, okay? So, you know, these people in the media, I know you know this, but they're just exactly like the politicians. I kind of almost want to think that they're worse than the politicians, because it's not that they lie more so much as that they're put in this position of, you know, they're there to inform the people. I don't know how much politicians, at least as of late, are there to inform the people. You know, I always kind of felt like Ron Paul and maybe Dennis Kucinich was stepping up to inform the public about things that they might not otherwise know. That didn't seem to get us a whole lot of places though. And those days are gone. I don't see anyone who comes anywhere near, you know, Ron Paul, Dennis Kucinich, Tulsi Gabbard. There's none of these people in Congress, you know. And I know, oh, you go, Tulsi Gabbard supported fuckwad. And you know what? Tulsi Gabbard, she didn't support fuckwad. She said, you know, if this was your choices, you know, I would go this way. Which I think is like the least kind of support you can possibly give. So, and in that position, you're counted on to give a lot of support. So, I don't know why we can't find more people like this. I don't want to believe that these kind of people don't exist, right? And you have to wonder if it's this thing that I've been saying, like all these politicians, like when you stand next to them, you think, right? You think that they must have just taken a bath in dog shit because they smell so horrible. But it's probably the sulfur, you know, from coming up out of hell. You get that smell on you. It's really hard to get off of you, you know. So I can't imagine, you know, why people would want to go into that, except for to help, to do the right thing. And it doesn't look like any of those people exist. It's not that they don't exist, it's that they, you know, there's this saying, right? When you lie down with dogs, you get fleas. And I don't really like the saying because it kind of badmouths dogs. That being said, it's understandable why people wouldn't want to do business with criminals, because then you're a criminal. So, and you know, so if you're a good person who wants to do the right thing, who wants to try and help people, who wants to try and make the world a better place by putting yourself into a position where you can do that politically, you know, and try and be there for the people, then you surround yourself with all these criminal types, you know, and if you lie down with criminals, you become a criminal. And if you do business with criminals, and this is why I hate it when they say, oh, well, we're going to reach across the aisle to make things happen. I don't want you reaching across the aisle. I don't want to see this criminal shaking hands with this criminal. You know, I don't want to see Liz Cheney shaking hands with Chuck Schumer. Okay? I don't want to see that, because it fucking makes my blood boil. It's time for another bong hit, boys and girls. Because we all deserve better. Because I'm tired of being represented by a criminal. Because I'm tired of criminals acting like they're the boss of me. Okay? I'm a better person than that. I'm a better person than Joe Biden, okay, who's a devout Catholic. Yeah, right. I'm a better person than everyone in Congress. I'm a better person. And I hate that. Because I don't see myself as, you know, like some kind of example for others, you know? Or am I? I want people that we can believe in. I want people that are doing the right thing by the people. You know, I want politicians that go up there and help the people. I want politicians who protect the people's rights. I want politicians who don't jump up the second they don't like what somebody's saying and call them a motherfucking terrorist. Okay? This shit with terrorist light, you know, it's such garbage, and the people deserve so much more, and I'm tired of it. Hello, caller.
Hello, Michael.
What's up, G?
Not much, man. What day is it? Tuesday?
I don't know. I don't really keep track.
It's Tuesday, dude.
See, the thing with Tuesday, right? Tuesday is no different for me than Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday. They're all exactly the same, except I take the trash out on Tuesday.
Kind of like maps, huh? I never, you know, you can travel from one country to another, and as long as you're not on a road, you would never know.
No. It's like this, right? It's like when you call a friend and you say, hey, what are you doing this weekend? Because, you know, that's what people do, is they hang out on the weekend. And my friend goes, I'm unemployed. I'm not doing anything all week. Or the next week or the next week. So all the days are the same. It's not like the weekend is any different from the rest of the week. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we don't have to wait till the weekend to hang out. We can have lasagna tomorrow. Yay!
Yeah, we're all living on chicken time.
I don't know why you got to do that, dude.
Indian time. They call it Indian time because Indians didn't have no watches, man. So yeah, we're all living on Indian time, whether we want to admit it or not.
Not really. Not really. There's a lot of people who look at their fucking clock every 2 minutes, dude. And they
I don't have a clock. Man.
Yeah, well, I've been at parties with people, and they fucking amazing parties, and they're like, "What time is it?" Who gives a fuck? What's wrong with you?
Yeah. Well, fuck it all. I mean, let's kill the bastards and
I didn't say any of this, Steph. I didn't say fuck it all. I said the people deserve better. That's where it's at, man. And I don't want to kill them all. I want them to go to prison. I want to make living examples out of them. So that we can point to them again and again and again. Number one, to say, see, this is not what America is about. These fucking corrupt pieces of shit is not what America is about. And we're starting over. And then be able to point at them when all the people who come behind them will go, send them away.
Well, you know, when the moon is in the 7th house and Jupiter aligns with Mars, then peace will guide the planet and love will fill the stars. Like, this is the dawning of the age of Aquarius. So I think a good man has to be dangerous. A good man has to be a dangerous man because there's so much fake bullshit, New Age spirituality, fake Catholicism, fake Islam.
This is the deal, okay? Humans are dangerous. Okay, that's the reason cops act the way they act around a fucking 80-year-old woman. Because humans are dangerous. It's not like a good person has to be dangerous. It's that humans are dangerous. It's in their nature to be able to kill in a second's notice. And that's why the politicians are all afraid of us. That's why they don't want us coming up to them at dinner or when they're getting coffee or whatever else, because humans are dangerous. So it's not so much a matter of a good person as just, it's like a tiger. If you're top of the food chain, you're fucking dangerous.
It's so dangerous, Mike. How come we haven't overthrown this government yet?
Because they're hypnotized. We've been over this again and again. Okay? These fucking flashing lights, these flashing lights that are coming off the television, that are coming off your computer screen, that are coming off your phones, are hypnotizing people. That's the reason they can't stop looking at it. Okay? Because they're fucking, it's not an addiction. It's that you're like, oh, so pretty. It's not so pretty. It really isn't.
Dude, I'm the last guy on earth who gets hypnotized by movies and TV.
Yeah, I'm not talking to you.
Oh, okay. Oh, all right. You're not talking to me, huh?
No.
No. What it is back in the days of the American Revolution, the people would put up with much less to start a revolution. And we got used to the idea of government, and cities, and the industrial age.
It's one of those frogs, boiling in a pot of water or whatever. You don't put them.
Frogs.
Yeah, you don't put them in the boiling water. You put them you put them in the pot when the water's cold, and then you put the fire on, and they don't recognize the water getting warmer until it's too late.
Kill the fucking toad.
You understand what I'm saying? This is the deal with the what you're saying is that we started off with this freedom thing and everybody's like, yeah, we can say what we want. We're not under the thumb of the king. And then it became like, oh, here's some more laws and here's some more laws and here's some more laws, and it became this boiling frog thing. So people didn't, this is just the way it's always been. No, it's not. No, it's not. And that's the hypnotized thing, It's like, oh, no, this is how the world is. And it's a good world. Look, we all have TVs in our hand. Soon they'll be in your brain.
Obama gave me a phone, man. I mean, look at all the hope and change he brought us. I mean, I really miss the days of Barack Obama when he brought peace to the world and truth and justice.
Oh, you mean when the drone king won the Nobel Peace Prize?
Right, yeah, he won a Nobel Peace Prize.
The drone
And,
king. That's what it should have said. It should have said drone king wins Nobel Peace Prize. That's the news. That's the news service that is the news service I want to watch. The one that when they're announcing it, announces drone king wins Nobel Peace Prize. That would be an honest news service. It doesn't exist. It used to when Fox News was around. It doesn't exist anymore. Go ahead.
You know what Nobel did, right?
Yeah, they're fucking scum. Yeah, I know.
Okay, yeah, he invented dynamite. So why are we making a big deal out of a fucking...
Because it's one of these high-profile things in which they go, this person deserves to be uplifted as the person who has brought peace to all of us. Fuck you.
Well, they took away our ability to petition our government, and the last hurrah I ever heard was Occupy Wall Street. That was the last hurrah. That was 2011, 2012. So nothing of any substance has ever happened. Julian Assange is still in prison, dying in prison. They're about to extradite him to America to die in America because he exposed, what's his crime? He exposed the crimes of the American government. Oh, yeah, and even the fringe left, like TYT, won't back up the actual heroes of this day and age. And so good men are dangerous men, and unfortunately they're demonized by even their own fellow men who refuse to grab their own weapones and get up and do something. And so everybody acquiesces.
Again, humans are dangerous. You've all heard me say, I will bite you in the face. I'm not joking. I will bite you in the motherfucking face. And all of you have the ability to do that. It's not just me. And that's what I'm saying. Humans are dangerous.
Well, I want to see more dangerous people stand up to their government. I want to
see more people stand up to their government. They don't have to be dangerous. All we have to do is come together. We don't have to be dangerous. All we have to do is come together and say, okay, we're not buying anything off Amazon for the next 2 weeks. Don't make us do it for 2 months. And you fuck the whole world, man. You fuck the whole world. And nobody gets that. Yes, you do.
You fuck Amazon.
No, you don't. Amazon has all these factories. Hey!
Not America.
Amazon has all these factories around the world that are on a schedule. They have all these ships around the world that are on a schedule. We need this tomorrow. We need this next day. We need this the next day. Okay? It's not a matter of you, oh yeah, no, everything, you just fuck Amazon. Amazon doesn't just make some money. No, we're talking about the biggest fucking company in the world. Shipping constantly. You fuck the world when you fuck Amazon. Okay? It fucks up all business around the world. So the people, in order to have a revolution, don't have to have a violent one. I've said this again and again. We don't have to stand up against the Pentagon. We don't have to do that. We just have to come together. And it doesn't have to be Amazon. There's a whole bunch of other stuff we could make it happen. Okay? And if we hit like Amazon and the petroleum companies at the same time, I guarantee you the whole world's fucked. So, again, the people have the power. And when I say that, it's not the people have the power to burn Washington, D.C. to the ground. No, the people have the power to take Washington, D.C. to task, to take it back, to make sure the people in this government know who the government belongs to. Because it don't belong to Nancy Pelosi. It don't belong to Chuck Schumer. It don't belong to Liz Cheney. And that's how they want to act, like it's their government. Like the people invaded the people's house. They're all a bunch of terrorists. No, they were anything but terrorists. and they immediately jump to the word terrorist. Immediately. That's how they see Americans. And you know why? Because people are dangerous. So, of course, that's why the police act the way the police do, because people are dangerous. It doesn't mean that they have to be. That doesn't mean that when the people are coming down the hallways of the House of Representatives, the people's house, coming down the hallways, and they're not taking hammers and smashing all the marble columns, and they're not ripping down all the paintings, and they're not setting things on fire, and they're not blowing things up, and they're not fucking ripping down 100-year-old paintings and graffitiing everything, breaking everything, toppling statues that can't be replaced. Right? They're not doing that. And then they get called terrorists. You know why? Because that is the way the people in Congress view all of you. Every single one of you. Even the ones of you that are devout Democrats, that are devout Republicans, that cannot wait to kiss your local representative's butthole every chance you get. They see you as a terrorist too. They see you as you're kneeling down to purse your lips against their butthole as a dangerous dog, you know, as just a thing that's dangerous to them. And because of that, they need to make more rules. They need to have more security. Them, nothing about the people. And this is the government that we have now. So it doesn't make a fucking bit of difference who wins the goddamn elections. Okay? It's all fucking broken. It's all fucking corrupt. Every fucking politician is a criminal who belongs in motherfucking jail. And it's never going to get any better. Right? Is that where we're at? I mean, unless the people come together, it's never going to get any better. The only way it gets better is if the people recognize that we together own the government. Separated, we don't own shit. What, we own the Democratic Party? Clearly that's not true. What, we own the Republican Party? Clearly that's not true. Clearly that's not true. So we don't own anything because at the very least they got us divided into two parties. And then there's, you know, the LGBTQs, there's the BLMs, there's the CRTs, there's the endless little fucking groups that will never come together because they don't see things the way I see things. Okay? We don't have to see things the way you see things. You don't have to see things the way I see things. We just have to come to the agreement that the people have all the power if we weren't divided. If we could just understand this one thing, we can take back our government. We could do good things in the world. And the one thing the world needs more than anything right now is people doing good things. And governments. There's only a limited amount of what people can do when they have completely corrupt, evil governments. So unless we all come together as individuals, we can only do so much. And I don't want to discredit or discount the people who do so much and really make a giant difference. Those people are like, you know, like angels in the world, you know. And there's so many of them who do it on a daily basis who get zero recognition. So, you know, those are the real heroes. And we all have that ability in us. And And the problem is that we have garbage leadership and people misinforming us, and people from the time we're little, saying it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter. All that matters is that you fit into this fucking square peg right here, into this square hole, or this round hole. It doesn't matter who you are. Okay? And again, this is how the government sees you from the time you're little. From the time you're little. Just get them in the fucking hole peg, the peg hole. So yeah, I don't blame the people. I don't see them as stupid, as sheep, as I mean, the extinction thing really bothers me. I mean, we're top of the food chain. It's clear the entire planet's going extinct, which means humans are involved in the planet too. And I don't see anything being done at all. And I kind of feel like that people that are, people that want to think that they're as smart as we are, who allow themselves to go extinct, might not be as smart as they think they are. So, but again, this boils down to the horrific leadership, the completely misinformation that we receive on a daily basis. So it's not that, and then the evils of the petroleum industry, buying up inventions that could make cars get to 300 miles to the gallon or whatever it is that because that doesn't work for them or their stockholders. And there's all these things that are just completely against the people. And when I say again and again and again, the people deserve better. The people deserve better. The people deserve leadership that isn't talking fucking the same bullshit they've been talking since the 1970s about climate change. People that are actually talking about all the issues, when it comes to pollution. The problem isn't climate change. I mean, it's a symptom. The problem is pollution. And that's why they keep talking about this carbon, that carbon. No, you have to talk about all the pollution that's already there and what we do with it and how we stop it from piling up every single day, day after day, year after year. We have to talk about that. That's not being discussed. This bullshit with, we'll be carbon free. No, that doesn't mean that we're pollution free. Pollution is the problem, not climate change. Climate change is a symptom. And again, we're being misled and misinformed for the last 70 years about climate change. Just like everything else, just like the professional, the industrial medical complex, just like the religions, just like the journalism, just like the military. We're just completely misinformed on everything. So yeah, you can't hold it against the people. From the time they're little, they're told, they're just made into this thing. They're from the time they're little, they're molded into this fucking peg hole. And I just can't blame them for that. It's not their fault. It's the way things are designed. So I'm going to take a break here and warm up my bong so that we can share one more puff. Seems like time, doesn't it? And we'll see where we go from there. This again, this is about big tech and I keep talking about the drinking water. We're running out of drinking water. Okay? Again, this top of the food chain thing. But the way I see it is that you're misinformed. There's nobody talking about the fact, and this comes back to the pollution thing, right? The big part of the reason that we're running out of drinking water is because a huge amount of it is being polluted, has been polluted. And there's other reasons. So let's talk about one of those reasons now while I warm up the bomb. Shall we?
Well, data centers help tech companies store valuable information and make it possible for the rest of us to access and share information online. The U.S. is home to more data centers than any other country in the world, but environmentalists are worried that these facilities could be straining resources in vulnerable areas. Reporter Marianne Rafferty explains.
Most of us rely on the internet every day, but our thirst for streaming movies and going online shopping could be draining valuable water resources from drought-stricken states. That's because the data centers big tech companies need to help them run need millions of gallons of water to help keep their machines cool. And with California, Oregon, and Washington getting drier and hotter, concerns over the environmental impacts of tech companies are putting communities on edge.
These instances are expected to get worse over time.
And for folks in the small town of the Dalles, Oregon, this issue is front and center. Google already has a data center here, but wants to build 2 more in an area already seeing dramatic decreases in water levels.
The house was built in 2005, and the water level in our wells dropped 15 feet. So that's in 16 years, it's dropped 15 feet.
Google says it is, quote, committed to the long-term health of the county's economy and natural resources. Some local officials say they're not worried, claiming Google will actually help increase the town's access to water and won't impact residents or farmers.
We're building additional capacity into our water system paid for by Google to serve the rest of the city.
The city will actually be in a better place to address climate change with the terms of this draft agreement than we would be without it.
That was Marianne Rafferty reporting. Like many tech companies, Google is also trying to be sustainable with its water usage. For example, the company's facility outside of Atlanta uses treated sewage water instead of drinking water.
By the way, a lot of your drinking water is treated. So you know. That's why all the pharmaceuticals are in the water, because people are pissing them out. And somehow that's not the treatment that the water goes through before it gets back to you, is not cleaning that out. And you can find tons of news stories about pharmaceuticals being in drinking water. It's a pretty well-known fact at this part. Tons and tons of pharmaceuticals. I'm going to have a puff and see where we go from there. You know, these emoji, these little face emojis, one of them should be a guy blowing out a puff of smoke. Or a girl. There's not one like that, is there? On these little emoji things? One of them should be blowing out a puff of smoke. Right? I feel much better now. We're going to have to find something other than politics and the end of the world to talk about, because it doesn't do any good. So we'll have to find something. I want to find a game to play. We're going to find a game to play, and then we're going to have a nightly game show or something. A casino. People love casinos. I wonder if you can I wonder if there's any rules against creating a video casino on YouTube. Has anybody done that yet? Can you do that? Is that a possibility? We could find a way, people. You see these guys who sit and drop money into slot machines in the casino, and they just videotape the slot machine or stream the slot machine, whatever you want to say. I wonder if there's like age restrictions on those, because to gamble you have to be 21. Actually, here in this state, the Indian casinos, Native American casinos, you can be, at least one we were at the other night, one of the ones that Craig goes to. I was talking with one of the security guards while Craig was throwing dice, and it seemed like there was some young people in the casino, and I was asking him, how old do you have to be? And he said 18, and you can play the games. I think he said there's like, maybe you can't play the table games, like you can play the slot machines and the video poker. I don't know. It was like you can't. There was something that the 18-year-olds couldn't do. But I thought that was in Vegas. I'm pretty sure you got to be 21. So the question is, when people are doing that on the YouTube, do they have to put up an age advisory on there, a restriction? Because YouTube is like Nazi on all this fucking shit. So I'd really like to know if YouTube is doing that, because they're fucking everybody else. I bet they don't. I can almost guarantee you they don't. It's just like on the vodka recipes. There's like 1,000 recipes on how to make vodka on YouTube, and none of them have age restrictions on them. Fucking garbage. Fucking censors at YouTube. You suck so much. They deleted all of these fucking how to grow cannabis websites, YouTube pages, tons of them. They just deleted them because growing flowers, we can't have that. All right, people. I have one more video for you. I'm going to play it now. It is about mask pollution. Been talking about pollution. It's about mass pollution. Again, I knew this was going to happen. I was talking the other night about cannabis pollution. About the little bags that cannabis comes in, the little tubes that fucking joints come in. Like this right here. I see them on the street. And I worry, or I kind of concerned. I don't really worry. Worry seems like a long-term kind of thing, but I'm concerned that this could become the kind of thing where they go, oh, there's cannabis pollution everywhere, which is why, stoners, like, you gotta be, you are generally speaking more in touch with the earth, more in touch with, being human. So, I think it's little kids that do it, like, I don't know. Just try and be human when it comes to the earth, okay? Where we're at. Think about where we're at. And try and don't make stoners look bad, because stoners are the nicest people there are. So, and there's other people that are nice too. I'm not saying they're the only nice people. I'm just saying generally, they're really nice people. Mask pollution.
It really adds up when you think about how many masks we all have worn over the past year and a half. But is there a better way to get rid of disposable masks than just tossing them in the trash?
Ariane Detail explains how those masks are actually hurting the environment on a global scale.
Since the start of the pandemic, face masks have become part of everyone's daily lives, and now you see them just about everywhere. The nonprofit marine conservation group Oceans Asia estimated that approximately 52 billion disposable face masks were made in 2020. The group predicts that nearly 2 billion of those masks will end up in oceans around the world. This led some people to ask if disposable masks can be recycled. So let's verify. Can disposable face masks be placed in everyday recycling bins? Our sources are the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, the United States Environmental Protection Agency, the Marine Conservation Group Oceans Asia, Tom Zaki, the Chief Executive Officer of the global recycling company TerraCycle, and David Biederman, CEO of Solid Waste Association of North America. According to the Oceans Asia report, disposable masks can take close to 450 years to fully break down. Since there are several types of disposable face masks on the market, we're going to focus on the disposable medical face masks. In a press release from March 2020, the EPA said masks should not be tossed into recycling bins, and NOAA agrees.
Like any other type of trash, they need to be put in a secure trash can so they can be disposed of properly.
However, these masks can actually be recycled. In the U.S., there are several recycling companies that, for a fee, will drop off a box and will pick it up once the box is full of disposable face masks. CEO of TerraCycle, a company that turns hard-to-recycled items into raw materials, explains.
We first shred them so we can separate them into the three basic material types that they're made from. You have non-woven plastics, you have metals, which is, again, usually the nose thing, and then elastomers, which is the band and the stretchy part that goes around the face.
Zaki explained the raw materials are not used to make new face masks. For example, the rubber strings that go around your ears.
Those are ground and then can be used in flooring applications or different, typically surface applications.
But David Biederman of Solid Waste Association of North America says these masks should stay out of traditional recycling bins.
They're not recyclable in curbside unless the local government has set up the special system that you need to recycle that material.
So we can verify, no. Disposable face masks cannot be placed in everyday recycling bins. There are some companies that do repurpose disposable masks. The process is complex, costly, and non-existent in most communities. With your Verify, I'm Ariane Till.
$52 billion masks in 2020. Think it'll be more in 2020? 2020, it will be more. You think it'll be more in 2021? Hopefully not in 2022. So that's all the videos that I made for you for this evening. I liked the videos. I thought that they were, informative in many ways. And I'm gonna go eat a brownie, and I have gardening to do. I have 7 seeds in soil. We'll see what sprouts in the next few days, and then I will give you a video update. Okay, which will be fun. Like I said, I have to find other things to do besides talk about the extinction, talk about politics. It's starting, I was talking about how when you go to become a politician, there's all these criminals, it's starting to feel like the media, like, how you stand next to a politician and you think, oh man, was this guy bathed in dog shit or something? Because it's just so gross, right? And media is the same way. And it's just starting to feel like you just want to bomb it, being part of it, And maybe that's what they want. That comes back to the do not feed the animals thing, right? What if we all didn't vote? What would happen if nobody voted? Again, that would be this thing where the people come together. So that's one thing that I would really, really like. I just can't stand how divided they have the people. Which is why we have to talk about other things, because I'm tired of talking about things that I can't stand. I can't stand this. This is fucked up and that's fucked up. Everything's fucked up. I don't want to talk about that anymore. All the fucked up shit in the world. I have talked and talked and talked about all the fucked up shit in the world. And I've shown thousands of examples again and again and again. In hundreds of millions of people's faces. So we got to find something else to talk about. That's all I'm saying. I am all done for tonight. Thanks so much for tuning in. I think I'm gonna take the day off tomorrow. So no show tomorrow, but plan on one for Thursday and Friday. Thursday and Friday. Probably a short one on Thursday. I'm serving lasagna, my practice lasagna, on Thursday to my friend to see how if I got it right or what changes I need to do. I've been thinking about adding salami to it, you know, like a nice dry salami, like little cubed pieces. Been thinking about like just kind of heat it up with a little bit of olive oil and garlic and then add that in with the sauce. I think that sounds pretty good. I really like that idea. I'm just going to make a simple one first and see what I can add from there. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in. We do this every Monday through Friday, except for tomorrow, at 7 p.m. Pacific time, which means we'll be back Thursday. Same Mox time, same Mox channel. Until then, stay cool, because one of these days, this war is going to end. Or not. Stay cool till then.
Sometimes life can be a little overwhelming. Sometimes the weight of the world can be too much to bear. Sometimes you need to stop worrying and take a deep breath. Sometimes you need cannabis. Introducing Brightside, high-quality cannabis delivered right to your door. Brightside offers an extensive menu of strains and products to meet your needs. Choose the experience you want, and we'll send you the dankest herb, the real sticky icky, some top-shelf marijuana. If you like what we send you, keep the whole jar. We'll even include some nugs for you to blaze. As part of Discovery, you'll get to try new strains and products. Side effects may include euphoria, increased appetite, uncontrollable giggles, elevated sensitivity to musical dopeness, and reduced anxiety. Tetrahydrocannabinol may also induce feelings of existential well-being and relentless optimism. With a Brightside subscription, you can get it once a month, once a week, or whenever you want, all at a price you'll like. And yes, this is a real company.
Do you know who I am?
You're the wizard.
Ask your doctor if cannabis is right for you. It probably is. Keep it Brightside.
I mean, this coalition of misfits, and they cobble together and they don't attack each other, they stay united. I wish the coalition of misfits, and they cobble together and they don't attack each other, they stay united. Coalition of misfits, and they cobble together and they don't attack each other, they stay united. Coalition of misfits, and they cobble together and they don't attack each other, they stay united. Coalition of misfits, and they cobble together and they don't attack each other, they stay united. Coalition of misfits.
No matter which mouth you feed on a two-headed snake, it still shits the same turd. But lucky for you, you have Mox News. More than 10 years. More than 60,000 videos. Mox News has been filtering the nonsense and illuminating the bullshit from your mainstream media. Turn off your TV and turn on to Mox News. For over a decade, documenting the socio-political events that have etched and carved the pathways that define today's modern mess, Mox News has been providing clarity while faithfully bringing you today's relevant stories 100% commercial-free and subscription-free. And just like Lady Liberty vows to remain free. But at this time, we're asking you for your help, your patronage, and your support to keep the lights on and the videos rolling. For less than 17 cents per day, you can become a basic subscriber, knowing that your donation is truly making a difference that will help continue bringing the news stories that make a difference in your life. Turn on, tune in, and drop a couple dimes today by clicking the link below or visiting moxnews.com and show your support at any level. From a single one-time donation or dedicated monthly subscriber, do it now in less than 2 minutes. All donations are safe, securely processed, and verified using PayPal, Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or Discover Card. As always, we're sure you'll find something of interest each and every day. This holiday season, give the gift of Mox. MoxNews.com.